Welcome to The Actor's Choice, where the actors and actresses have a chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting by actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, direct from Hollywood, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, and welcome to The Actor's Choice, brought to you by Photography as an Art, Harvey Bramman, Master Photographer, located at 1307 North San Fernando Boulevard, Burbank, California. Attorney Ron Irwin's book, Haiku, Style, Passion, Heart. Author Larry Buford's Books of the Future, Time Travel, Message in a Capsule. State Farm agent Carla Green, and veteran actor Rob Brownstein's Actor Training School and Actors Space. Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest today. He is an award-winning theater and film director. For more than 25 years, this gentleman has directed critically acclaimed productions at major regional theaters, including the Los Angeles Theater Center, where he also serves as the artistic director. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a veteran and fine guy, Jose Luis Valenzuela. Jose, greetings, sir. Greetings.
How are you? Very good to be here.
Nice to see you. Actor's Choice. I said I've looked forward to meeting you to shake your hand and just thank you for all that you have done. Sir, to me, it looks like you love doing, you just happen to have one of the best jobs there is. Would you agree?
Yes, the best. Yeah, that's true. It's been a great life doing it.
Exactly. When did you first get into directing and more particularly this business?
I was an actor in the early 70s. And then when I moved to LA, I was an actor with two theater companies, one in San Jose from 1970 to 1976. And then I moved to Teatro de la Esperanza in 1976 to 1984. And then I moved to LA and I started directing, just directing, not being in a company. But then is when I created the Latino theater company at the LATC, what it was the LATC in 1985. And that's really my I was directing in the company, but not really as a freelance director or just an artistic director. I was part of a company. And this one, after that, you have to go out there and start trying to see who will hire you to direct, which is always much more complicated than it seems.
Indeed. So then you were an actor, and then you got a chance to do that job, action.
And then I started to do action. That's right. Still do, which is, kind of wonderful and amazing in a way.
That's a question I don't want to ask, and that is, which one do you like the best, the film or theater? Which one do you like the best?
Well, I love theater. That's what I do. I mean, I do film. I do film, and I love doing film in its own way. It's two totally different art forms for me. Very, very different in a way. And both of them have their own rewards in many, many, many ways. Right now we're more challenged because now we have to be at our houses and trying to do this digital thing.
Yes. In 1991, you got your first IMDb director credit with a short comedy called How Else Am I Supposed to Know I'm Still Alive? Remember that?
That's rare. Oh my God! Yeah, that was the first short film that I did. It was actually was a play that it was written by Evelina Fernandez, and then it was a competition. Universal Studios just trying to diversify their pool, and they had a competition of to do short films, and for them to be able to produce, and through the Hispanic Media Coalition, I believe. It was so we won the competition, so we were able to film this and to create this, and it was great, which it was very successful, I might say. Got us a lot of things after that. It's amazing what a short film can do for your career.
Yes. Also, going on Broadway can do a lot for you too.
Yes, going on Broadway can do a lot for you. I have that.
Yes. There was a gentleman.
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
I haven't got to Broadway yet.
You haven't got to Broadway yet. That's amazing.
Yeah.
There's a gentleman, I'm sure you know him. His name is Lin-Manuel Miranda. You know this gentleman.
Of course.
Yes.
He's amazing. Yeah. So smart, so talented. It's really kind of wonderful. Yes.
Well, one day you're going to get your day down there and on Broadway, sir. And another thing that I think people should do for you is give you a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You've done some, you earn it. You've earned it. I looked down there the other day and I was looking, I said, number of Hispanics are not too good. Let's see if we can get some more stars out there. Definitely. They earned it. These folks earned it. You're not giving it to them. They earned it. Yes. That's my opinion. That's something that's very close to my heart. It's helping people get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Definitely.
So, yeah, thank you.
8 years later, sir, you did another film called Luminaris.
Luminaria. Yes. It's an independent film. This I have it right there. Yeah. Also, it's an independent film that we did, and it was very, again, very, very successful. That film took us all over the world. We got distribution, which as you know, getting distribution is always the difficult part.
Yes.
Open in Los Angeles and in New York, I think, like in around 40 theaters. We did very, very well. It's still around, it's still around there for people to see, and it's been very, very good. That was a great experience, and also, a very successful experience. And yeah, that's Luminarias with Scott Bakula and a beautiful group of people.
I see that you also have 2 other films as a directed film, as a film director. Yes.
Yes.
On IMDb, that's IMDb. I use them as a good reference. They give me good information.
Yeah, right now I'm finishing a film right now called Dementia. That probably will be ready by next year. And then I've done so many. And I've done so many things. I don't remember. I did work on television for a little while, especially in the 90s or the 80s. I did some television, the half an hour shows. And that was very different then, very different than television now. So that was also another experience. Very different for a director, at least during that time, to be a television director. Because really the producer or the showrunner has a lot more power than the director in a way. And it's an interesting relationship that you have to have with the producers when you're doing television or the half hour television. Gotcha. But it's always great to have film and television and theater and move back and forth. It's always been a great career for me in that way.
Gotcha. In fact, a friend of mine last week, we had a gentleman stop by. His name, Mauricio Mendoza.
Yes.
He said he remembers you. Good man. He remembers you. You directed him. He said, I told him that you would be here yesterday. He sends his regards. He said you directed him in a play a couple of years ago, and he never forgot that experience. Never. He spoke with pride. Pride.
Yes. I did a play called Destiny of Desire, which it started in Washington at the Arena, and then it went to the South Coast. I think that's when Mauricio was in it. And then we went to the Goodman in Chicago. I think Mauricio went with us. And then we went to the Oregon Shakespeare Festival and the OSF. And we were in the middle. We had just opened that particular play in Cincinnati, at the Cincinnati House at the Park. And it was going to Minneapolis, and then we're going to the Guthrie. All of those got canceled because of COVID. That was a play running this year, so that I was in the middle of, we had just opened. I think we opened in March 7, and the theaters, everything had to close by a March. They closed on the 21st, but yes. it ran for 2 weeks, and then that's what the other two had to cancel. Milwaukee and And he said, yes, I remember, I love Mauricio. It's an amazing actor and a great, great guy
And
to
his
work
wife.
with. And his wife, of course. So we have a we had a very good time. I actually had asked him to go with me to the Goodman. And he said, yeah, maybe. But he was busy. He was filming something at the time. Yeah.
Jose, what you're talking about leads me to a pet peeve of mine I want to share with you. A lot of people who know me know this. We all know actors and actresses, but what gets on my nerve are those actors and actresses who don't want to get on the stage. What's wrong with them?
Totally wrong. I always say that. But, I'm lucky that I have a company that we've been together for 35 years. And they do film, it's 5 members, and they do a lot of film and television, but they know that when we do theater, they have to, go out.
Yes.
Stop. And it's great, especially in Los Angeles. And as you know, I understand very clearly many times, it's very different to do financially for actors to do theater and to do film. Yes, because financially films pay much, much better. And theater really, it doesn't pay that much. But they're actors, I must say, that actually focus on theater much more than they do film. They love theater. They want to do theater. They do theater. And the company for us is really important that we always work it, because I always said, look, if you always working on the theater, you're ready when you're called for any other job. You are ready to go to that audition for that big film or that television show. So as much, it's how I get everybody to work with me. And I say, I'm not against you working in film and television, but you need to do theater all the time. We have acting it's a skill, of course, it's a craft, it's a skill, it's talent, and you have to be doing it. I mean, how auditions are not acting, auditions are not acting, and many people wait for months, just the biggest acting they do is through auditions. They may do it every day, but it's not the same thing. I mean, some people take classes, but being on stage, that's challenging. Having to run a show eight days a week. Understanding what the audience is there, understanding it's just going deeper and deeper in the process of your character. By the play begins really on the opening night, and it doesn't do nothing but grows and grows and gets better and better and better. But by closing night, you as an actor has found so much more inside the character that you're playing. So that's really, really important. It has been very important for all my Latino, my family, my artistic family, that I say, always try. It doesn't matter if it's in a small theater and a big theater. Yes, keep exercising your craft. Keep your imagination. Keep the sensation of being an actor, of having to be that demand inside yourself that it needs to be performing, that it needs to be working. So that's really, really, really important. But sometimes. So and I get it, they say, I got a television show. I'm sorry, brother. And okay, but I understand that. And then somebody else gets the opportunity to do that, to do the role that I'm asking some actors to do. And because I was an actor, I love actors. I love actors because I know what it takes to be on the stage, what it takes to realize a character in its best way, and theater has really been kind of what has allowed me to do everything else on the film, on the television. It's just because I had never left the theater for never. I mean, I've been doing this for 50 years. So that's a pretty long time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for your ideas. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Jose, what is it like being a Latino in Hollywood? What's it like?
Oh, that's really challenging. That is very, very challenging. It's interesting because we focus on I focus my career inside the United States on the American or the Latino story from the United States, in the United States. People who were born here, that grow here, it's just my focus that I want to talk about Latinos in the United States and what their creativity or what their writing is and what they're doing. And that's challenging in television and in film, as you know. We had more people. The percentage of actors or people who work in film and television, Latinos, is pretty small. But we can always have the dream and always being at the door and always being prepared to be at the door. But it's more difficult. It's just difficult for Latinos in general, not only on film, but also in theater, also in theater and in television. You just have to be persistent. You have to be persistent, and you have to understand that sometimes when you go to a casting session and you don't get it, has nothing to do with you. It has to do with so many other things, and for some, I think I'm very hopeful that things are going to change rapidly.
Yes.
And the television and film industry, just because of the demand of the change of demographics and the idea that being a global, now it's a global art form in a way. It's always been, but for some reason, more people from different countries are, because of the Netflix and all the cable and all these things that are happening, a lot more people around the world are able to see the work that is done in the United States. And I think Hollywood themselves are going to have to adjust and create more opportunities for people of color because they want to be seen as a country is, yes. and not as what the idea of what they wanted to sell, what the country was before. So I think that's getting better, and there is more opportunities, I must say that, but we have very few television. I don't think we have one Latino show on network at all, and interesting because we have many Mexican directors winning Oscars for the last, they've been winning Oscars. And it's interesting, but they come from Mexico, right. and they have a total different perspective of the work they want to do. Yes. When you are a Mexican American or a Chicano or a Latino from the United States, you have a different perception and a perspective of how the work should be done and what are the type of stories that we want to tell and how we want to tell them.
Say I have so many questions on that subject with you, but we only have just a little time. Despite COVID-19, LATC has put together a fabulous fall 2020 virtual season. Can you please tell us about what's happening with that event?
Well, since we have to close down the theater and go home and work from home, we needed to do something in order to keep our audience engaged. And it was really, really important. And we've always been very ambitious in our programming. And this was very ambitious programming. We went to the vault and take out all the archival footage that we had from the company, who were, we're still in the middle of it. We did programming every Tuesday since August 18, which was the first showing of Premeditation, but every Tuesday we made a deal with it's a special contract with a Screen Actors Guild, so we can show the screening, we can pay our actors, we have to pay the actors, and then we can show it beginning on Tuesday, and they can be on the air for 10 days, and then we have to take it out. And this goes all the way to December 11. We every Tuesday, you have a new screening of a play from the Latino Theater Company, who are not necessarily shot to be shown, but that's what we have. We have the what is called the archival footage of that show, and it's pretty interesting for even for me as a director to see the development of the company theatrically, and how that is changing through the years. So every Tuesday, remember, and then we have conversations after we show the play from the archival. On Wednesday, we have a conversation about the play that we just show, which is very important for us to talk to the actors or to the designers or to the director or to the playwright. So we have that. On Thursday, we have a conversation with playwrights about the new play that we're working on. And on Friday, we do a reading of the new play. And that's been going on since August 18. And we almost, by the end of September, we'll finish the playwright, and then we'll do a festival of new plays, of 8 new plays from new playwrights from Los Angeles. And this is, it's digital, it's from their home, it's complicated, as you know. And then on December 11th, we'll do La Virgen de Guadalupe, our Christmas show that we do at the cathedral every year for 70 years. We're not going to be able to do it this time, but we're trying to collect all the archival footage that we have for that to see, to show it on this. So it's been a very intense, it's really interesting working with this media. I mean, I was talking to some of the actors because this is the first time that I'm acting and looking at myself, and I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? It's a whole other thing. They're acting, but they're looking at it. So this hasn't happened before in any type of media, where we are, making choices, but you don't look at yourself as an actor. And so we have to learn this media and how to deal with it, because we don't know, how long this is going to take, if we're going to have to continue to do this next year. But it's been a fascinating, a lot of learning, lots of learning about all the different platforms that exist out there in order to create this work, which is not easy to use, and it's complicated, but we are excited, we're happy. I think tomorrow we have Home, it's a play, an Asian American play, a solo play, very, very, very that we did in our theater. Next week we have I can't remember all the names, but it's every week, every Tuesday night at 7:00 you can see a play from a screening from one of the plays that exist in our archives. And every night at 7 you can see something from the company, from Thursday to Friday.
Okay. Do you have a website that people can go to get information?
Yes, www.thelatc.org. Okay. That's the website. You go there. There is all the information. You can see some of the work already in there. Who's still playing for the last 10 days. And it's important to have a dialogue about the art form right now. I think it gives us the opportunity to talk about the art form, to talk about what it takes and what it does. So, for those of you, we're talking about what it takes and what it do. Is you do it. Yes, do it. Yes, try to get your story out there. The truth is, we can't wait anymore. We have so many stories to tell.
Yes.
We have so much talent in the community that needs to be seen, that needs to be shown, that needs to be out there. So, that's what we do. We go out there and say, okay, how are we going to do this digital programming? Let's call people to teach us how to do it, and let's begin. And, even through that learning process, we learn and we get better and we show more. And so, we have to adapt to the times. Yes, because it's important. And also because, this media is interesting doing the screenings, because I get people from around the world calling us that of course, this is the first time they've seen the work, and they're so excited that professors wanted us to give them access to our work so they can teach it in their universities. It's been a whole other thing. And people that I have people all over the world say, oh my God, I was able to see this play, which they would never be able to see it inside my theater, which is what I wish.
Jose, unfortunately, we have to cut you off because we're out of time, but God, I wish I had more time. I thank you very much for being our guest today. We really, really appreciate it. Best wishes to what you are doing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, and so glad to be with you. I'm honored. Yes. Okay, hopefully we'll meet each other in person very soon.
We can talk about getting a star on the Walk of Fame for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
This is the Actor's Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. The studio of Harvey Brandman Photography as an Art is proud to offer you a $100 discount off any photo package valued at $300 or more. Now, Harvey's been in the business for nearly a quarter of a century, and he certainly knows how to take care of his customers. So please give him a call today at 818-954-9294. That's 818-954-9294. You'll be glad you did. And by the way, please tell Harvey that you heard about his offer right here on the Actor's Choice. Haiku, style, passion, heart. It's the release from author and attorney Ron Erwin. Now, the book was inspired by the author's first exposure to haiku well over a half century ago. This experience produced within him a deep passion to experience Asia, which he later did as a U.S. Marine. The book is available in paperback at lulu.com. Now, Erwin says he'll give 20% of net book sales split evenly between the veterans of foreign wars and Vietnam veterans of America. Book to the Future, Time Travel, Message in a Capsule. It's a book by author Larry Buford. It's historical and faith-based account of how what we do and follow today will affect us tomorrow. The author also calls it an adventure for those who want to travel back through time. The book is now available in paperback, only $17.95 from Amazon. So please get your copy today. And now, a word from State Farm agent Carla Green.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle? A combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more. Because the State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just four walls and four wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Let me help you with that.
Thanks, Carla.
Give me a call.
Like a good neighbor,
State Farm agent Carla Green, 213-239-9675.
That's 239-9675. And attention, all actors. An Actor's Space provides classes and private coaching by veteran actor Rob Brownstein. An Actor's Space is Thursday night classes for the working actor and Tuesday night foundation and technique classes for those early career actors. The idea here is to build on each other's strengths and who you are to help refine and reimagine your acting and your career. For more information, contact class at robbrownstein.com or call 323-646-1268. Thank you. And finally, if you have a program or product or service or any upcoming event that you'd like to see advertised on this program, please call 323-533-1036. That's 323-533-1036. Our prices are very affordable. Thank you. This is the Actor's Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. Roll it.
I don't need to believe all the dreams you conceive. You just need to...
Where are we going, Mr. Sirk?
Your Honor, I would like the jury to understand what may have influenced his identification of the attacker.
Counselor?
Objection. Asked and answered.
Sustained. Move on, Mr. Sirk.
Last chance, Mr. De Laurentiis.
Do you have any other questions for this witness?
Nothing further.
Okay, Ron.
Okay, my next guest is well known around the world for the marvelous work that he's done over the years, ladies and gentlemen. He's proudly earned 161 IMDb actor credits, as well as producer and writer credits. Ladies and gentlemen, what a guy. Because without further ado, Please welcome veteran actor Kim Estes. Bless you, Kim. God bless you. Glad to have you here today, my friend. Welcome. Welcome. Can you turn your, there you go. There you go.
Great. Finally get a chance to get on your show. I am so honored to be here.
Oh my goodness. We love what we do. We've been doing this for 5 years. And it's the good folk like yourself that have been there to help me get where we started at to where we're at today. And I thank you. Kim, you have done so many things over the years. I mean, it's hard to know where to start it. Okay. You were born and raised here in Los Angeles, what's that? Jefferson Park, Crenshaw District?
That's right.
We call you a homie.
Yeah.
That's a homie.
So you put it somewhere right in between Johnny's Pastrami's. And,
yes. Out of business now. Yes.
No, they're back up.
They're back up.
Back up. Get over there.
Oh,
yeah.
I will be. We'll be. Get the mustard on it. Oh my goodness. You have made my day. Shoot. Thank you. Thank you.
I got to put in a good word for them. I mean, I'm not their spokesperson, but I sort of grew up on that food.
Oh, thank you, Kim. Thank you. Thank you. Then you went to college, UCS Cal Maritime Academy.
Yes.
And you went to that other school that I call USC.
Yes, I did.
You went to School of Business.
Yeah, got my MBA out of there.
Oh my gosh. But then something happened.
I don't know.
Tell me about what you do. I'm gonna give.
I don't know what happened. I don't know. It's all like this magical dream. So,
right. You joined Merchant Marine.
I was in the Merchant Marines.
Right.
When I left the Maritime Academy. So I sailed on the high seas as a chief engineer on ocean-going ships, tankers and freighters, and I did that up until the early '90s. And then I came ashore and took a corporate job with a suit and tie on. And then became a corporate person and head of environmental health and safety and sustainable development for Atlantic Richfield Corporation. And so that was in 2002. I had a variety of jobs in between that, but I was still with Arco. And then we got absorbed by British Petroleum. And then I was too young to retire, but I had a lot of years in. So I went out there on my own. And in that period of time, I said, well, what about this acting thing? I mean, in Hollywood, I hadn't ever done that. I haven't done full bore here in Hollywood. No, I dabbled maybe a little bit here and there, but I hadn't, this is Hollywood. I mean, I grew up right below it. The only time we'd ever go to Hollywood was to see a premiere at the Grauman's Chinese Theater, as it used to be called. And so I did it the old fashioned way. I started out as an extra. I sent my headshot and resume, flew it out there to all the agents that I thought would, might want to bite. And then once that happened, somebody bit. And then I started doing commercials and a little theatrical work. I did extra work. I did everything. I mean, I wanted to know more about the business. And so therefore, in order to do that, you got to get down into the weeds and then figure out how all of it works. And then once you get an opportunity to put all that together, which I did, some people were very, they were very nice and willing to share all those secrets and toys with me. And that happening allowed me to be the person who I am today.
My God. I should mention, you didn't mention, but you did join the Navy there, according to IMDb.
Well, when I graduated from the academy, the Navy had paid for part of my education, so I received my commission as an officer in the United States Naval Reserve program, and I had a 6-year obligation that I had to fulfill. And so I did that by sailing on my license on merchant ships. They knew where to get me if they needed me in the reserves, and they knew I was well trained because I could do celestial and terrestrial navigation on board ships as well as engineer. So they knew where to get me. I fulfilled my obligation. It was, in between wartime service. And so therefore I was honorably discharged, and I was grateful for my service. And I was just very happy that I was able to serve. And then I went on with my business and continued to sail, and then corporate life, and then the acting life.
Yes. But thank you for your service to your country. You are a Navy man. I'm a Navy man. I'm retired from the Navy. 22
There
years.
you go. There you go.
That's branch of the service I ever knew. And then you got bit by the bug, like you said, and you got in 2003, according to IMDb, you got a role in a movie called Infamous.
That's correct. Jeepers.
And you
Yeah, that was
played
one.
this guy, Orange Juice Jones, or something is his name. O.J.
Yeah,
Simpson.
O.J. Simpson.
Yes.
It's just one of those things you submit to everything on. Back then it was Backstage West, and you wrote in it was the paper Backstage West, not the digital one, and you wrote in, you send in your resume and your headshot, and there you go, and next thing you know you're involved. I don't know, it was an E-series, I think. I got a chance to play a role, met some great people, and those relationships. So this is the start of the relationship factor in Hollywood, and also in this business, and also in life, because this is how people grow. You start that network, you're honest, you're forthright, you show up, you know your lines, you know your business, and then people say, huh, that person knows what they're doing. So when we bring them back and do something else, the next time they're down the road a piece, go, hey, remember that actor we had in 2003? That's the way this works. But it's the same on the business side of life. You do some work for a consulting firm, or you do it for a law firm, or you do it for someone else, and they remember, hey, remember that consultant we had? It was pretty sharp on blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, you're back in another circle. And so in this business of acting, you do manage to acquire these circles of influence. And so the circles, sometimes they do mingle and mix, and people whom I've met from other sources come and join me from a previous bubble, from a previous circle. And I find that valuable, or they know that I was in their last bubble, and it's really awesome.
Wow. Because then 2005, you got another movie where you got your first producer credit. It's called Boxes. You did Boxes.
That's right. I did Boxes. Matter of fact, Boxes, and then we did another one, The Birthday Gift. Both of those films were in the Cannes Film Festival, in the short film corner. At that point in time, it's when they had it. So they had all these short films in a corner on a bunch of servers that people could come if they were at the Cannes Film Festival. You got them to look at your piece, maybe for the fact that the writer, producer, or director, or the actor could showcase themselves.
Wow. The year now, 2006, you got a role in a soap opera called The Bold and the Beautiful.
Oh man, yes. I had a great time, and so it's wonderful to get in that family as well, because once you're in that family, they can call upon you anytime, and if you're ready to go, you can come back. The auditions are a little bit easier, so you can get a chance to show your stuff again. And not only Bold and the Beautiful, Young and the Restless are all in that same family, and so I was very fortunate to be touched by that.
Right, because you did also 2007 ER, 2008 General Hospital. You moved in that era. Because a lot of guys, we always say, try them soap operas. You always get a job. Like you say, you can always get a job. Then you did, in 2007, you did Criminal Minds.
Yes, I did. Yes.
Wow.
Miss Webster cast me in Criminal Minds, and I love her to this day, because it was a really hot show, and I got a chance to show up and be part of that family, and I appreciate the fact that April let me in there.
You stayed in that genre because you did Law and Order LA in 2011, and then you did Private Practice in 2012.
Yes, I did.
Folks, I'm going to have to tell you something about this gentleman, because when I read it, when I saw it, I said, my God, this man came into the business around about 2003, and you're still in the business. Mm-hmm. Every year, you have worked all those years from that point to this point. In 2003, you had one show, that's it. Yeah. 2004, 3 ships. 2005, 3. The best you ever had was 2016. You had 16 roles that year. 16 roles. Then you did, let's see, where's number 2 and 3? You did a number 2012, you had 13. 2006 and 7, you had 11 each year. I mean, it go on and on and on. Sir, you were there every day, getting it, working.
And again, I've got friends or contacts with the industry. It's like friends of friends.
Yes.
Because some director will be looking for somebody, and they go, "Hey, did you call Kim? See if he'll do it?" They go, "Who's Kim?" And they go, "You need to get this guy." And so that's really, I am so fortunate to have friends who recommend me without question, that I will do this job, and all they do is refer somebody to the SAG Talent website, which is my domain. They refer them to that, see the clips there, and they go, "Okay, we want this guy." And I think that's it's a testament to the relationships. Again, it's the relationships. It's about that part of our business, which is acting is.
2015, you did a show called The Fixers.
Yes, I did. I did. I love that show. It's another short form series, which I was very fortunate to be again called in by somebody who said, "Hey, get Kim in here." And hardly anybody knew one person, at least one person knew who I was, and I came in and joined that family, and then from then on, I've had other opportunities from people in that family to come and join them, and actually we call it playing inside the sandbox. So as long as you get inside the sandbox and don't throw sand in anybody's face, come in, show up, know what you're supposed to do, be kind, and then you can play.
Got you. In fact, we just happen to have a little clip. Roll it, Tony.
Welcome to the world's perfect narcotic, Cyox 222.
Developed by our people?
Of course. You'll mostly be working with the pill form. It can also be snorted, smoked, injected, swallowed, eaten, or taken as a suppository. The side effects are innumerable and unpredictable. They include, but are not limited to, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, flatulence, jitters, shakes, twitching, heart palpitations, respiratory problems, delusions of grandeur, superhuman strength, diminished energy, internal bleeding, external bleeding, extreme anxiety, and sudden death.
Wow. So good. So good. I'll send you a copy of this whole show so you can get a chance to see it.
Okay, great.
You've done so much, my friend. God bless you. 2018, you did Donna on the Go. That was your first IMDb writer credit. You got 1 episode as writer, 5 episodes as the actor for that play, that particular show.
Yeah, and that show, I tell you what, that Donna on the Go show,
yes,
has just, the people who were behind it just took it and ran with it, and they've entered festival upon festival upon festival, and it's in a lot of festivals for persons with disabilities or differently abled people.
Yes.
A lot of festivals that have really longed for representation down that avenue. So I was very fortunate to be asked by Peggy and Donna to participate with them. Yeah.
Like they say in this town, is who you know. Who you know, who knows you.
It is. It's they say being in the right place at the right time. And I will say that if you're available, yes, and with the connections or the breadth of family, that I would say, of course, is definitely truly is that.
2019, you did another short drama called Aloha.
Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful piece of work. Holy mackerel. Yeah, it's a subject that a lot of people don't talk about or would not talk about, but it's about the birth of a child who was stillborn, and it is about how you say goodbye, hello and goodbye to that child from the parental perspective. It is, and I played the parent, one of the parents, and it's just absolutely a beautiful, beautiful piece of work. Yeah.
We just happen to have a little clip. Roll it, Tony.
Today I went on a mission. Operation Buy Awesome Baby Announcement.
I just don't think it's necessary. I've never even heard of this.
It does feel a little invasive.
I agree. Only family should be here right now.
I don't feel like a mom.
I think the 8 hours we spent in labor would beg to differ.
Wow. Good movie. I recognize that lady and then Miss Lacey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Indeed. things that happened last year, this year, and next year. This year, okay, you did another movie called Congealier. And you did, this was 9 picks in 2020. This one, along with 9 other films, were on the screen. That you saw that you've been seeing on the screen 10 times this year alone, just this year alone. Then you also came along and had another movie come out called Redbird. And it was completed. That meant that you had a movie that hadn't been seen yet, doesn't have a date yet, but it's completed. Get ready to get out on the screen. I mean, this guy, you work. I wish a lot of people would learn something. Write a book, they'll learn something about you. You did, also in 2020, you had 8 pictures in post-production. One of them was Rich for a Day. And there you are. You have a total of 9 post-production films. Wow. How do you keep track of all these things?
I'm a very fortunate guy, and I'm one of those guys that says no less often. I try, I understand if this is a fun project to put somebody's dreams out there in the open, how fun is that to be part of somebody's dream?
Yes.
I mean, I've had my dreams fulfilled, definitely.
Oh, yes. I see that little guy right there. Did you see the image last night? Did you see it last night?
Of course I did. Yes, I did. Yes.
Look who ran away. Who was that group that ran away with the
I know it. Schitt's Creek. Yeah, they ran away, and then also Watchmen had a great showing there, and and wonderful people doing wonderful work, making other people's dreams come true. And I think if you can share some of that, give some of that back, sometimes it's not, and I tell people, it's not about money. I mean, yeah, everybody wants to keep a roof over their head. But I think more about the work. What is it? It's all about, I mean, we've had so many people leave us this year. You've got to reset and say, what is it really about? Is it about leaving meaningful work that deliver meaningful messages to people, more important than all the fame and notoriety? Just leaving work that leaves a mark on society and sends a decent message. So
you will leave a mark. Next year, you've already got 3 movies in pre-production, including Cali.
Yes. Again,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Again, people who have those dreams, I'm going to read that script and I'm going to say, yeah, if I can help you out, let me know. Let's work the schedules out. Let's work everything out, and let's see if I can help you.
And you got 2 other films. We don't even have a photo on it yet. It's called Tombstone Epitaph. You're the star of that movie.
Yeah.
So Western. You're gonna be riding the horses.
Western. I love it. I just want, I want to get out there and play.
You got another one called The Night Brings Charlie Back.
Mm-hmm.
You're also the lead on that picture. Yeah. Wow, my friend, you have done a lot of stuff. Wow.
Yeah, I've worked with some very special people, Jen Page and playing Beethoven, and Anna Simone Scott and Take My Heart, which is one of the shorts that are out now, LA Shorts Film Festival, which is an Oscar qualifier.
Yes.
And then I've got some people who have books that I've read that are going to be movies. I read Jeff Mudgett's book, Bloodstains. I've read Lisa Mohibian's book, Unchain My Heart, about Bobby Sharp, about the guy who wrote the song Unchain My Heart that Ray Charles performed.
Yes.
And I love getting into that. Doesn't mean I would play the lead roles in any of these.
Yes.
But I love helping people when I can and how I can to help them realize their dreams. And so it's part of my mission.
Got you. A friend of mine and yours is watching this show today. Remember Pepper J?
Oh my goodness. Hello, Pepper J. Yes, actorsreporter.com. And really there is, that is also part, Ron, of that family, because all those people who I interviewed, all the people you interviewed, all the people who are doing wonderful things now,
yes,
are part of your family. And how fun is that to know that the family is out there watching and really applauding you for what you have done, bringing these actors up and out and in the open, and on your show. So how wonderful is that? Thanks.
I thank her every day because she opened the door and let me get a job.
Yeah.
I really thank her. I can't thank her enough. I'll say we got a couple more minutes. I just want to say this real quick. 161 actor credits equals at least 161 auditions. Please.
Okay, so we talk. I will say you can times that by 10, maybe 20,
wow,
maybe 30, because you don't get them all. I mean, granted, you know some of the roles are right for you and lovely right for you, but some of the roles are not right for you, and it's in the eye of the beholder, which is the director, writer, producer. The eyes of that beholder that actually create that character, and that character's been in that person's head for years. So you're not, no matter how great you are, you may not get that part. However, you must always attempt and give it everything you have going for those auditions, because you never know. Sometimes you get in the room and you throw the actions away, and that's a good thing, and you know that you've got a snowball's chance, but you've been there, you showed up, you did the work, and that will eventually pay off. I guarantee you it will.
Here, my last question, unfortunately. How do you want to be remembered, sir?
By doing meaningful work. That's it. I want to be one of those actors when you see him on stage, or see him on screen. Yeah, he delivered a message, and he delivered it well, and enough to maybe influence, change, inspire others.
Kim Estes, I want to thank you for being here today. We really, really, really appreciate your presence, sir. We got to get you back again. There's so many things I want to ask you. Right from
well, you can have me back anytime. You can ask me as much as you like.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks to our sponsors, Harvey Brandman, Photography is an Art, Ron Irwin's Haiku, Style, Passion, Heart, Larry Buford's Book to the Future, Time Travel, Message in a Capsule, State Farm agent Carla Green, and veteran actor Rob Brownstein's Actor Training School and Actor Space. Much, much thanks to our guest today, Artistic Director of the Latino Theater Company, Jose Luis Valenzuela, and veteran actor, producer, Kim Estes. And of course, special thanks to our ever, ever, ever growing audience. Be well. We'll see you next time.